everybody? No, Miss J in the building, man. Coming at y'all. Just wanted to talk about Lions game yesterday, man. Recap and what's going to possibly could happen over the next few weeks and months with the Detroit Lions. Just letting y'all as far as this channel goes. Let's get into it, man. Well, to start off the game, I should say, shout out to all the Lions fans, man, for your support of Marvin Jones and his family for the time that they are in, man, the hard time that they're going through. They had a moment of silence for him yesterday at the game. It was reported to me that they also were doing his celebrations. A lot of players in the league, Carry-On was one of them. You know, that's what's up, man, to show support to a man hard time and show of respect. You know, I've been seeing online, people been showing his brother respect, man, from Saints fans, Greenbay fans, Bengals fans, of course, because he used to play there, you know, Bears fans, etc., man. So, thank you and shout out to the NFL fans, man, for showing your love and condolences for him, man. Keep praying for him. You get through the hard times, and shout out to Lions for that one. Let's get into the game, though, man. David Blah, he was pretty decent most of the game. You can tell he's a rookie, man, without a doubt. That's one thing about it. You can tell he's a rookie. At times he gets the courageousness to go downfield. There were some passes, man, I'm quite sure that I wish we could go back and have those. Some of the receivers, man, I wish they could do a little better job making those big catches downfield. Maybe a couple times the official should have threw a flag here and there. To me, one of them was on a sack I didn't like against Lions, but I'm not even about to talk about that. We know what it is when we face Green Bay. And at the end of the day, the game was kind of going just like it kind of did game 6 we played them, you know, or game 5 or game 6 we played them. So when running backs was another story today. Yesterday they went off. Ty Johnson had a very nice game. Scarborough had more than a decent enough game, and so did Carry-On had a very decent game for the snatch they gave him. You know, Ty Johnson coming out with that big 40-yard run, dashed out of nowhere. I don't think nobody was expecting to see that. That was definitely good to see. I'm glad he was able to show that. It showed flashes of what they could do, and that's why I call this game. I call it the flash game. Everything you saw in this game were flashes of what some of these guys can be doing the next year or two. From, like, you know, Ty Johnson, the running back tandem. Maybe the Lions add another running back in the offseason. We'll see. You know, after they make some cuts and releases, we'll see what happens there. You saw some production from our DBs, man. Monty Awori, with that pick again, man. That'd be his second pick in the year. I like when he does get the opportunity, man, to go for the ball. This guy will go for it. I'm starting to see that with him. Those 2 picks this year and his aggressiveness this year have me high hopes. I don't know if he'll be still ready to start next year, but I say by year 3 for him, man, because you know sometimes it's still with corners, man, it can be tricky. I say maybe late year 2 and going to year 3, he may start making major strides, man, to where he can be a darn show starter for the Lions, man. I'm hoping to see that very soon. With the safeties, you know, Tracy Walker doing this thing, making plays. You know, of course they're young, they go get burnt sometimes, they go beat sometimes, they go win some. But Tracy Walker, man, knocking passes down, being what he is. Will Harris coming off what I believe was a blitz, getting a sack. That was good for him. That's a confidence booster to me when you can make a play like that for a box safety, especially that have been struggling. He's been getting better to me every game, but you know it's good to see that. I like the hustle that I've been seeing from our guards on the offensive line on run blocking. That's been a little bit. They still need to get a little bit more better. Some of the tackles too could do better. We'll see in the free agency what happens to the offensive line. They've been injured too. The guards rotation to me have been injured, so that's been one thing. But like I said, we wanted to see them compete at the very least. I know a lot of people want to see a win. It was 50-50 with me. You know, it didn't really matter personally, but you know, like I said, just to see them go out there and compete, man. That's what you want to see, bro. Go out there and compete for a job and handle your business. That's all we can ask for as a fan base. So It's good for that, man. The Lions definitely got work to do the offseason, without a doubt. Snatch, man, I feel kind of bad for him watching the interview process. That was rough, man. I gotta honestly say, one thing I can say that he's a real leader. He's definitely a real leader out there, man. Anybody who anytime you see a whole team struggle and then one guy puts it all on himself, to me, that's leadership to me, man. And I feel bad for the situation. This guy was just hoping he can get an extension, which he did get, so he can stay here and play longer, so he can set his family in the right direction. Now, the way he was talking, that could have been his emotions getting to him. But it is rough, man, for some of these players, and they have an injury like that, and they're in their 30s, man. They eventually be getting, they ain't getting no younger, but you can tell they gonna be getting older soon, and father time start hitting you, and you're not young, and you feel like you may not make that money again. And when you start, have a losing season, then you injured the way you were. Now you gotta go to all season and see if you gotta go through all this rehab or any special surgeries you may need. It can be stressful, and I can feel where you're coming from, but it's just that I can't wrap my head. It's gotta be rough, man. Like, that's rough. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect. You got a family to take care of, and now you're not sure if you're gonna be doing this or if you want to do it no more. You love the game of football, but it's like, is it worth your body, and is it worth this much pain? I think maybe due time that once his mind gets a chance to get cleared and he gets a chance to just relax and think about it, maybe he'll come back and say, okay, let me go through this. I'm gonna do this, handle this, and do my own thing in the OTAs and all season to my comfortability, and then I'll be available for my team when they need me, and this and that and the third, and I can go on about my career. So maybe he won't be more in retirement, but this is this type of stuff that Calvin Johnson was going through, man. Putting his fingers and getting his fingers dug through, and then it's like, damn, every year, all season on knees and headaches, y'all didn't get it, man. And then for them to take that $1 million, not to restart this conversation up, but this is the stuff that some of these players be trying to tell y'all, man. Get y'all to understand. That's why I try to cherish the good players we do have here, man. Like whether it's the Lions or the Pistons or whoever it is, the guys who do help this team, when they are able to help, I do try to cherish them, man, because it's hard getting good talent here in Detroit because we don't usually do the smart things to win. So you got to understand, man, it's a price that has to be paid, but this is what they go through. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not a major football player myself, but it's just any type of life event. If something was to happen on that lines, you'd be frantic and scared of what's going on. But like I said, man, maybe it's just the wrong side of his emotion showed out. The way the season ended kind of elevated that. But like I said, man, you can't help but feel for him. But hopefully things will get better for him. So I send my prayers out there to Snatch, man. And you know what? Like I said, I'm gonna be getting to talking free agency soon, man. So can't wait to talk about that. I'm not talking about the draft right now. It gets so boring talking about the draft, man. Everybody gets stuck on these few players. It's every year it's the same thing, man. I don't want to start talking about the draft really till about after free agency. I know it's like a while to wait because, they go drown you out with all these mock drafts and everything else, man. It gets boring and tiring and draining. People get crazy, obsessed with the same players that don't even make sense, man. They put and tag us in it. It just gets stressful during the off season dealing with that, man. I'd rather talk about free agents because it makes more sense off the start and rip since you go through free agency first. So that's where I would like to go through. If this is basketball, maybe we'll be talking different tune, but since it's football, free agency comes first, I want to talk about that first. So eventually I'll be coming out with more content based off that. I won't just be doing the top 20, top 50 players. I'll be trying to dig deeper and find other players that we can make sign and that can be helpful to this roster that makes sense. Maybe I'll do a video who should be cut from the team, who should be traded or just run back or whatever. We'll get into all that in the future. But for now, man, Lions went out there and at least fought like we all wanted them to do. We got the third pick. Let's run this thing in motion and let's be patient, diligent, and let's hope this thing can improve, Lions fans. And let's go in there and try to let the season begin its process of sinking in and just moving on to the next one. And that's all I got for y'all, man. It's your boy, Miss J, man. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Peace.